Hello, good news time, gratitude time. It's very easy to whinge about what's going on in life. It's very easy to complain, to get negative about whatever is happening in your life and think to yourself, well, things could be different, should be different. What if, something happened, maybe things were different? Well, the fact is things are how they are, and a lot of the healing journey that happens through life is accepting everything exactly the way it is and knowing that everything is in divine order. Everything is in divine order, whether we like it or not, the way our life is. The common denominator is we are at the heart of everything going on in our lives, and we can either choose to focus on the negatives or focus on the positives. It's always a choice. And today, as I bring you my Global Good News Challenge, I have some deep emotions whirring about time and the passing of time. Now, for those who don't know the Global Good News Challenge format, it is a very simple format. You just share your name, what you do, 3 things you're grateful for at least, and at least 1 piece of good news, and do it every day for the period of the challenge. Now, today is my day 6 of the August challenge. It's an 8-day challenge for August because it is the 8th month. For September, we have a 9-day challenge, and you can start your challenge anytime within the month. It's absolutely free. You can find all the details at the top of the Global Good News Challenge Facebook page. Very simple challenge, and the idea is to decrease depression and suicide rates and lift the energy on the planet. I've personally had depression. I've had 4 friends who have taken their own lives by the age of 45, and it is an epidemic out there. There's a serious mental health epidemic, and it's showing up in all sorts of ways for people, and it is a conscious effort, I believe, to have a positive mindset, to appreciate everything in your life, even the curveballs that sometimes can be hard to handle sometimes. However, we do the best with what we have. So here's my challenge for today. I'm Aldwyn, known as the Media Queen. What I do is I help you be seen, heard, and known amongst the noise and make a bigger difference in the world through mass media exposure. That's through TV, radio, print, and online media. 3 things I'm grateful for today. So I'm grateful for my beautiful family. I was just reflecting. I'm in Bribie Island. I got here about 4 o'clock this morning, so I'm a little bit tired today. However, there was this beautiful photo here that brought back a lot of memories for me. This photo here, now this was done in around 94, 95, around that period. And my brother is actually graduating here from University of New South Wales, and he did an optometry degree there, and I had just finished my media degree at Canberra University at the time, so that's me at around 21, 22 years of age, and there's my beautiful parents, my mum and dad there would be around the same age that I am now, and it's extraordinary. It's like yesterday. I remember this photo. I remember the outfits we wore, like yesterday, and here I am at Bribie Island, and I've just come back from visiting my mum in the nursing home with my dad, and it's challenging. It's really challenging, but I think to myself, I'm grateful that my mum is still is alive and my dad is still alive. Dad's had 4 heart attacks, prostate cancer, diabetes. Mum had a fall a week before Christmas under the care of a carer and has not been able to walk since. She's had dementia already for about 10 years. Seeing her in the nursing home, it was just like we're having a normal conversation with Mum. Her dementia wasn't that bad today. She wanted to come home, and she's not walking at the moment, so we can't really bring her home. We can't look after her as well as they can in the nursing home when she's not walking. And so it's really, really challenging, and to, get support, to try to get the right support for her, physios, etc. It's really, really tough because she's now been lying in a hospital bed for 3 months, and now the nursing home for nearly 4 months, and her legs have become like jelly. So I did a few leg exercises with her today, and I think, gosh, it could be worse. She could have hit her head and died. Anything could have happened. So I think I'm grateful, so grateful my parents are alive at 81 and 87. Fragile as they both are, they're still alive, and I'm doing my best to be here for them, and juggle everything else going on in my life as well. So, grateful for family and grateful for being alive, but grateful for being here on the planet at this time. If you think of all of eternity and you think of the time that we're on the planet, life is, it's here and over in a flash. It's like that, and your life is over. And I think about, the Dash, the poem, The Dash, that, it's all about what happens between our start date and our end date on the planet, at least in this realm, in this form that we're in, because we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And that's the other thing I'm grateful for, is for my faith and for God. Faith, I'm very grateful for my faith, and I think it's really got me through some of the darkest times in my life. I'm grateful also for food. I had some lovely healthy food today, and actually it's weird. I got here at like 3:34 this morning to Bribie Island from the Gold Coast, and I just became sick. I just started throwing up. I don't know what was happening, but I threw up quite a few times. And obviously I thought, well, I'm grateful that my body can just eject whatever it doesn't need in there. It's weird because I didn't feel sick at all. It was just, maybe I had some food poisoning. I'm really not sure, but I felt a lot better after throwing up. So, that's a beautiful thing, I guess, when the body wants to do that kind of stuff. Just let it do it and eject what needs to come out. And, the body has a great way of healing itself. So that's another thing I'm grateful for, is my body's ability to heal itself. And my good news is today, well, we have the Good News Day, of course, the annual Good News Day on Friday. It's a Lionsgate portal. And, today at the nursing home, there was this curlew. This curlew was hanging out the front of the nursing home all day. And they said that there was actually someone who died in the nursing home today. And curlews, I looked up the spiritual meaning. They're very symbolic for the Aboriginals. And they symbolize death and transformation. And I thought it was very interesting. This curlew was just hanging out the front of the nursing home. And we were there from sort of 3:30 till 6:30. So that's a good 3 hours. And this curlew was just hanging there. The only other times I've seen curlews have been, heard them, have been sort of 3 o'clock in the morning, usually in the dark. They're usually out in the dark. I haven't seen them out and about during the day like I saw one today. So that was really, really interesting. So that's good news, I think. That's the spirit world, or animals, speaking to us, I believe, through these kind of messages. And maybe it was the person who passed away. Maybe it was their spirit, coming back and, sending off their farewells. Who knows, right? Who knows? But it was very, very interesting that the curlew was hanging around the front of the nursing home all afternoon, and as we left, even for hours. It was just there. It was just being present, just watching, being present. I think there's a lot we can learn from animals in that respect. The other good news is we did a great interview yesterday on Media Queen TV with Sharon Jerd, all about how to get unstuck. If you're feeling stuck in any areas of your life, check out the Media Queen TV interview that I did with Sharon Jerd. It was awesome. So many gold nuggets. Really, really powerful interview. I recommend go and check it out. And also, if you didn't see last week, we had our sold out Sydney book launch for Fear to Freedom, our brand new book with 13 co-authors. We are now taking applications and interest for our next book in the Fear to Freedom series. So reach out to myself or Leanne Clune if you'd like to be included in that book. We can have a chat and see if there's an alignment there. And also last week, I won the BX Media PR Production and Publishing Services Award. So really stoked to win that as well. Thank you to the BX community for that. And had an awesome Business Blueprint conference as well. So caught up with some people I hadn't seen for ages. It was really great to be back there in person for that. And I redid my vision and my 90-day action plan, etc. So all back on track and, dealing with the emotional roller coaster ride of life. And I do send you love and wish you well wherever you are. I know it can be challenging sometimes when life throws curveballs. And I know, we make plans and God laughs, as they say. So I think sometimes we just need to be gentle with ourselves and gentle and kind to others as well, because life can certainly be challenging. I don't think life was really designed to be an easy ride, or at least not the life that we tend to know now. I think even, back in the caveman days and all of that, I think even that would have been challenging, for for people back then as well. But at the end of the day, regardless of all of our challenges, I think it's still a beautiful world and there's so much we can appreciate. Thank you for tuning in today. Let me know in the comments, what are you grateful for today? What's something you're grateful for today? What is some good news you can share with us? And I'll see you again tomorrow for my next Global Good News Challenge. Much love, and check out my linktr.ee/Aldwyn for all of our links, including the Fear to Freedom book link, which is in the Fear to Freedom group. We've got our Amazon links in there and a whole lot of other links and interesting info. And the Good News Challenge, Global Good News Challenge Facebook page, all the details there on how to participate in this challenge, and also some free resources on my media website as well. It's all linked in there. My YouTube channel, subscribe there if you haven't already. Lots of very cool links. Let's stay connected. Be seen with the Media Queen. Much love. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.